video is for the latest version of the Nintendo Collector, version 1.8. And to begin, I'd like to start off by letting you know what's changed from version 1.7 to 1.8. And for those of you who are new, afterwards I'll go over all of the features and how everything works. So to start off here, let's go over to the Wii U section. In previous versions, version 1.7 and below, when you would edit or make changes to your list, to your games list or your systems and accessories list, there was a Save Changes button that was located right around this area here, and that button would function for both areas, your games and your systems and accessories. In this new version, that's changed. Now each section has its own Save Changes button, which is located right below the list that you are editing. The biggest change I've made is over here in the Wii U area. I've added a Amiibo collection, so now you can keep track of all your Amiibos. I also added this same feature over in the 3DS area as well, just in case you're not collecting for the Wii U and you're only collecting for the 3DS and you have Amiibos and yada yada yada. So and the Amiibo section here also has its own Save Changes button for when you're making custom edits and things like that. Let's see, what else have I changed? Other changes are basically just I did a few error fixes and things like that. I updated the print feature, so now when you're printing out your lists, it prints them out a little bit neater and a little bit more organized than it did before. I think before everything was a little jumbled, not jumbled, but everything was like just close together. So this spreads it out more, and it also identifies specifically what each list is. So that's, well, no. I also updated the Wii U's games list a little bit. I added a couple more games, nothing major. I plan on doing a major update to the Wii U games list and the 3DS games list in the next update that I'm going to come out with, version 1.9, which probably won't be out for a few more months, but that's what I'm going to focus on the next update, is getting up to date with all the games on the Wii U and at least the 3DS sections. Alright, so for anybody who's new to the program, let's go over all the features and how everything works. So when you first start up the program, you're going to be presented with this screen here, and from here we can click on this little drop down here, and we can listen to some of the old NES 8-bit tunes. Let me turn this down a little bit so I don't blow you out. Alright, that's it for all the NES tunes. Also from this area we can switch between the console collector here and the handheld collector. And also in the handheld area here we do have, turn it down again, we do have its own selections of some tunes you can listen to. that's it for the handheld tunes. Now, over here in the handheld section, while we're here, let's go over all the handheld consoles that we can create lists for. So we can create lists for the original Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advanced, the Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, the Virtual Boy, and even the Game & Watch. Let's switch back to the console collector here, and over here we can create lists for the NES, SNES, N64, GameCube, Wii, and finally the Wii U. Alright, so now let's go over how to create a list of all your games. So to start, you're going to come over to where it says select your game, and you're going to bring the little drop down thing down here, and you can scroll through like this to find your game, or you can put your little cursor here and use your mouse wheel and scroll down that way to find your game. Or if you want, you can leave that little dot there with a space and type in first few letters of a game, and then scroll down, and what that'll do is that'll take you to the first game that starts with whatever letters you typed in. So next, you're gonna, after you've selected your game, you're gonna come over to the optional information area. And in this little text box here, we can type any information in here that we want. Or if you don't want to, you don't have to type anything at all. So I'll just type something in there real quick. Next, you're going to come down to where it says disc only, disc and manual, disc and case, complete, and sealed, and you can check any one of these that you want, or if you don't want to, you don't have to check anything at all. I'm going to go ahead and put a little check next to sealed. So once you've done all that, you're going to click the add to collection button, and as you can see, our game has now been added. So now let's go over how to you can manipulate this list and make edits and delete games. You can even manually add games if you want. You can do pretty much whatever you want. You just have to be careful because this list does automatically alphabeticalize itself. So I'll go over some of the things that can be done here. So let's say you want to add some more information. You simply find the game that you want to edit, find the area that you want to edit, and just start typing. And once you're done adding information or removing some information, you're going to click the Save Changes button, and that's going to save any changes that you made. Next, let's go over what happens if you add information on a new line. So let's say I have a lot of information I want to add to Super Mario 3D here. So I come over to the end of the line, I click enter, and I start typing. And I click save. So what that's going to do is, because this list automatically alphabeticalizes itself, it's going to move that information that you typed, because you typed it on a new line, it's going to move that down to somewhere where you don't want it. So, and not only that, it's going to also count it. As you can see here, I went from 11 to 12. It's also going to count that as a game. So what you want to do is, let's say you're adding a bunch of information. I don't know why somebody would need to add this much information about a game, but let's just say you do. And you keep going. You're writing paragraphs. You're writing a whole book about this game. You're just going. So as long as you started on the line that that game was on, whether you started in the middle of the line or the end of the line, it doesn't matter. As long as you started on the line that that game was on and you keep going, it doesn't matter if all the extra information that you typed in goes onto a new line or even a couple new lines. Once you save the changes, as you can see, all that information stayed with the game. So just be aware that information can be put on a new line just as long as you start from the line that that game was on. Next, let's go over deleting games. So let's get rid of this mess that we made here. So if you want to delete a game, simply highlight the game and delete, and hit delete again, because you don't want to leave a blank line, because blank lines will also count as games. And save your changes. And let's get rid of this mess here, because that's counting that as a game. I'm going to hit delete. Hit delete again, because you don't want a blank line. Save the changes, and everything's back to normal. Next, let's go over the systems and accessories area. So in the systems and accessories list, you can this list does not automatically alphabeticalize itself, so you can put anything you want anywhere you want. You can skip as many lines as you want. You can do whatever you want here, and when you click save changes, it's going to save it exactly how you typed it. So that's how that area works. Now over in the Amiibo collection area, this area works the same way as the games list works. So meaning this list will automatically alphabeticalize itself, and you're going to go about selecting your Amiibo the same way you would as if you were selecting a game. You can scroll down the list here, find your Amiibo, come over to this area here, and you can type in optional information, and if you have it still complete sealed in the box, you can put a little check there and add it to your collection. And also the same goes for if you want to edit your list and you want to add a bunch of information. As long as you start on the line that that game was on, click save changes, all that information will stay with your Amiibo. Alright, to delete an Amiibo, you're going to highlight it, delete again, because you don't want a space there or a blank line, and save your changes. And that's it. Let's see what's next. Alright, my Amiibo collection is good. Systems and accessories, my games are good. Alright, so let's go over to the resources tab here and go over how to make how to create a backup. So once you have your list, everything the way you want it, you're going to want to create a backup. So click this button. It'll ask you, are you sure you want to do that? Click yes. And your backups have been created. Wonderful. Alright, so now let's say something bad happened. Your cat jumped on your computer and somehow deleted a bunch of your games, and he came over and deleted your accessories and added a bunch of Amiibos. That's crazy. What to do? Good thing you made a backup, because now all you got to do is go back to this resource tab, click on restore backup. It'll warn you you're about to delete your list and replace them with your backups. Click OK. Your Wii U collection has been restored. Wonderful! Let's see. Alright, my games list looks good. My accessories list looks good. And my Amiibo list looks good. Everything looks good. Wonderful! Alright, next, let's see. What do we got? Print feature. Click on that button there. Brings up a little print dialog. And as I stated earlier, it now prints out your list a lot neater and cleaner than it did before. And also, it's going to print all your lists. It's going to print your games, systems and accessories, Amiibos. Next, we have the save to phone and PC. So if you have your phone connected to your computer here, you can save this text file right onto your phone, so you can take your list with you on the go. Or if you want, you can just save it right onto your computer just to have an extra backup. What else do we have here? We have a fun facts area. Just a quick area I threw together. Whatever system that you're looking at. In this case, the Wii U. It tells you how old the system is in days, hours, minutes, seconds. It tells you when it was released. Some other fun facts about it. Over in the resources area, we have some links to like price charting. That'll take you to the price charting guide for Wii U games. It's got the Nintendo Age homepage link here, Nintendo Collector homepage link. It's got some other programs that I've made. Metal Jesus Rocks video game reviews and much more. I like this guy's video game reviews. He does everything from Nintendo to PlayStation to Xbox. He does it all, so he has a good variety of stuff, hidden gems and buying guides and all sorts of cool stuff. So check him out if you're into that. And see, finally we have the About and Help area. And the About area here, it just tells you a little bit about the program. The update notifier. This will alert you if there is a update available. This will turn red and tell you that update available. Click now. Over here we have the video guide. That's what you're watching now. And finally, the donate button here. If you like the program, you think it's useful, you can click that. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, concerns, any comments, anything, hit me up, let me know. Thanks for watching.